Alright guys, I've got another Pokemon Online battle here. Now, this is a new team that I came up with a little while ago, just before I had to go to work. Now, this team is beyond bent. I mean, I put this team together basically out of scratch. It starts off with Politoed, which of course has Drizzle. Now, since you can't use Swift Swim teams anymore, I've been trying to find ways around that to try and create a good team that I can use while having the rain up, and this is what I came up with, and it's done so well so far. Now, there are a lot of bent problems about this team, one being Choice Band Scizor is on it. We already know how destructive Scizor is. With a Choice Band, it's just plain destructive. Two is I have a Jirachi on here. We all know about Jirachi's Iron Head with Serene Grace. The thing is, I made it even more broken and, on top of that, illegal, because I put King's Rock on it. Why I did it, I just felt like it. Now, I know a lot of people are saying it's bent, it's illegal, you're a noob. You can go screw yourself, because I don't care what you think. So, I just felt like doing that because a lot of people like to run some crazy stuff on Pokemon Online. Basically the same OU crap that you see every day. But enough rambling, let's get on with the battle. I'm going to start with my Scizor. They're going to start with Abomasnow. Now, I know they don't want to stay in on that, so I know they're going to switch out. I'm going to go for the Superpower, and Heatran comes in, which is a very bad switch in on his part. And thanks to his hail, he's actually going to take his own Heatran out in one turn. With a little help from Scizor, of course. So now he goes into Machamp. I know Dynamic Punch is coming because that's all you ever see with Machamp half the time. So I'm going to switch into my Politoed here, get the rain going. And he's going to Dynamic Punch me, does about a fourth. He goes for a second one, that's going to take Politoed out. Which means I no longer have the ability to set up the rain. But that's okay, I can survive without it. So I go for the Bullet Punch. It does 2/3 of damage. He goes for a Dynamic Punch. I just survived that, and I managed to pass Confusion, allowing me to Bullet Punch that Machamp to death. So now he goes into Mew. Definitely don't want to stay in there. So I go into my Jirachi. He's going to go for a Volt Switch, which only does about a 1/6 of damage. And he goes right back into the Abomasnow just to get the hail going again. So here I go for the Iron Head. It does a huge chunk to the Abomasnow, and I get the flinch, no surprise there. And I'm just going to Iron Head it again and take it out. Now, the hail does not work in my favor, but it also does not work in his, because he does not have too many Ice-type Pokemon. So, he goes into a Starmie, goes for a Thunder Wave. I go for the Thunder, and it manages to hit, leave Starmie with about 1/8 of its life. He's going to go for Blizzard, which does absolutely nothing to Rachi. I go for the Iron Head, just to make sure I get the attack to hit, and it takes out Starmie. So he goes into Kyurem now, which is going to go for Blizzard. That's going to be strong enough to take me out, since Kyurem's got pretty high special attack, and I didn't have much life left to start. So I go into my Dugong. He's going to switch out into Mew. Mew's going to take my Surf pretty well. The Life Orb, of course, increases my life bar to a crazy amount, which isn't really how it works. So I go for a second Surf, and he's going to go for a Soft Boiled. Now, I believe he just Soft Boiled for a while. Well, I continue to Surf him. I wanted a Signal Beam, but I don't think Signal Beam would have done much damage, so I was better off just going for my Stab move. So I'm continuing to Surf. Life Orb is wearing me out, and he's going to actually Volt Switch this turn, but it's not going to be strong enough to take out my Dugong. I don't know how much life I actually have left because Life Orb's a little problem here. So he goes into Kyurem, goes for a Dragon Pulse, and takes out my Dugong. So I go into my Galvantula now. He's going to call Kyurem back. I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz, which is going to completely take out that Mew. And now all he has left is that Kyurem, which does go on a rampage at first, but I managed to stop it later on. He's going to go for the Blizzard. Blizzard's, of course, going to hit with 100% accuracy and take out my, crap, what's its name? Yeah, forget it. So I go into my Toxicroak, go for the Sucker Punch, just to break any sashes Kyurem might have. And he manages to freeze me. So Well, it didn't really matter because Hale was taking me out anyway. But anyway, I go to my Scizor, bullet punch it, and finish it off. So that's it, guys, and I will see you next time for my next, well, I almost said PBR, Pokemon Online Battle.